So last night, tried to calm myself down with everything that's been going on through the internet, and uh, so I just put on Arkham Knights. Just called it the Aftermath. I just thought I'd play it just to calm myself down. But not many people joined us last night live on TV to talk about what I just went through, and but at least it took my mind off things. You know, I went on to my YouTube channels today and just to see what videos were there, what people were saying and stuff like that. And but one of the videos that came up on my screen that I may be interested in was the end of DC. Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill quits. In a way, I can see the point. I can see if they two leave, that's the end. Because and I'm seeing all these posts about George Hammond or whatever his name is. It was um, Hammond, anyways. His name is. I'm trying to remember what series he was in. Mad City or something to do with Mad Men. That was it. I'm sure he's in Mad Men. And 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 yeah, he may have his face may look like how you may visualize Bruce Wayne to be, but that shouldn't be it. It's the same as what happened with Lex Luthor. We shouldn't choose men just because at one point they may have had a bald head or something. And because you look at the Christopher Nolan trilogy, right? There is no way that. Oh, not a tell lie, but I'm just going for appearance. That we thought he would have made a good Batman. This. But then you saw a film. Oh God, have I been bitten? But then we saw. What was the film I'd seen where all the emotions was killed off, and it was like a future film where and all your emotions were kept in checked. Equilibrium. Right, I watched Equilibrium, and the guy was good. The guy at the end, keeping his emotion in check and done his thing. I thought, yeah, okay, he could be a good Batman. That's exactly what Batman is. But I wasn't going by his appearance. Now, it's Henry Cavill, right? You look at Henry Cavill. He has definitely the look of Superman, definitely. And when they chose, oh God, I seriously been when they chose Brandon Routh, they chose him because he sort of looked like Christopher Reeve, and it's sad that we are all succumb to this feeling that no great actor can play this unless they have some sort of resemblance to the person. Now, I'm not going on about skin colour, okay? When I go on about skin colour, yeah, it's a must. The ethnic background to a character is definitely essential, and it's to be true. And that brings me forward to all this other stuff about DC making a black Superman, a black James Bond or a female Doctor Who, and I've talked to this quite a lot, and that is the wrong thing to do. Even the black people in the communities, it's not. Let's keep, even they would disagree with Black Superman. you know, because it's a character that's been, that's like saying some religious person like Muhammad to be a white person. It's still controversial if Jesus Christ was white, you know what I mean? But when it comes to portraying these characters, you've got to somehow stay truthful to what has gone before, what has, you know, what has been written for centuries, and what people and kids have grown up to knowing. You know, I mean, for instance, Black Lightning. Okay, would it work if he was a white dude? No, no. Okay, that's like, why you call Black Lightning, you're white, should you not be White Lightning? Now, it may come across as racist, or racism, or whatever, and we're living in a world that is too, you know, you've got to watch what you say constantly. You're not memeing that, you know, you're not, you're just, what you want from a character is something that we all grew up knowing and reading about. And the minute you change the backstory or his ethnic upbringing, then you've got a different character whatsoever. You know, and that is just not on. Sherlock Holmes, for instance, right? Sherlock Holmes as well is another character. The Americans have got a TV show with Elementary, I think it's called, and I can't watch it. Because it's an American, or he's a British guy in America or whatnot, and it's just bad. At least Sherlock, Cumberbatch, right, that TV show pays homage to the, you know, the way the original character was drawn and brought to modern world. Still set in London, still has the companion watching who's a guy and stuff like that, because, you know, there's all that talk about were they gay, or was he gay, or did Sherlock have, you know, it's all that sort of stuff, but that is key to who the character is. Oh, excuse me. Need a drink. So it brings us to the next thing. Changing the characters. And the key thing to this, right, is what Warner Brothers, now there was a post I just did, and I done it live. I done it on my previous live video about how there's a lot of movement, and you can check this on the Facebook page. Oh, 2 live shows passed while playing the game. I read it out, and it talks about how there's a big change in Warner Brothers, and how again there's a lot of reshuffling. And every time there's a reshuffle at Warner Brothers, we think it's for the best, you know. When we heard this new guy stepping in for DC, we thought we're saved, and I'm one of them. I would support Hamada or Amanda or whatever his name is. And we thought, right, this is a guy that knows where to take Warner Brothers, okay? He's seen the Snyder Cut, we believe, and stuff. We need somebody to talk to. We need a person to represent. Because Warner Brothers, I don't feel like they know how to handle a franchise. Especially a franchise that they want to keep going. A franchise will have the fans, right, the devoted fans, like the Harry Potter fans, where they wear the hat and the cane, and they're the ones that are going to spend money on it. Right? They're the ones that are going to keep it going. But they're unaware of that. Okay, they're seeing the whole bigger picture of entertaining the majority instead of minority. So, but we thought, this guy stepping in, he's going to smooth things over with the people that are doing YouTubes, that are doing Facebook pages, that are doing people that are defending it. Again, there's a lot of YouTubers out there that have been defending the DCEU for a long time, and I've used them on my Facebook page. I've downloaded the video and put it on and stuff, and and people are now getting sick of it. People are getting sick of now defending the DCEU because they feel that they're not getting listened to. They're not getting listened to, and we thought Armada would change all that, would give the fans what they need, what they need, what they want, and nothing has happened, and all we get in return is Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers just somehow, they must be receiving all these letters. They must be seeing all this stuff in Warner. And what's the answer to that? Their answer to is pretend nothing happens. They'll start their own DC show, right? Called what is it? Oh, is it DC Data or something like that? I don't know. I'll put the link at the end of the video down there. One of the hosts, I'm not going to mention his name, but you'll know him, right? Dark coloured skin guy, right? Wears glasses. He's been working with DC for a wee while, but he's also got this other channel that he does with two of his mates, and for the majority of the time he puts down DC. He was on a program by Film Gub, right? And I'll put that one on a wee link. And he was on that show, and he was like, worshipping this big heavy bulk guy who's putting down the DCU, and I'm thinking, you work for DC. You are kissing the ass of programs like DC Access and kissing butts, and then the next thing you know, you're going on to another line. See what I mean? He is. There are so many words you can call this guy, and that just goes to show that Warner Brothers really isn't paying attention or managing their their franchise very well. If they can miss people out like this guy, again, I'm not mentioning any names. You know who I'm talking about. So no, so that brings us back to Ben Affleck and Superman and stuff, and Henry Cavill. So, if they were to leave, would it be the end? No. Will we be happy? No. Okay. Who should we be angry at? And again, everyone. Everyone. Because we have, again, Ben Affleck. He's in rehab, right? He's trying to get himself better. Probably listening to all this stuff that's going about, but he's stuck in there. He was only interested in, this is a Batman fan, okay? He's stuck in there, and, he became a great actor, he became good and stuff like that. But he was thrown about by Warner Brothers and stuff like that. And now he's thinking of probably stepping down for his health, and which he should be. But again, it's partly his fault as well, apart from Warner Brothers and apart from us fans. Partly his fault for getting into the state that he's been in. Okay, so it is partly his fault. He has to take a bit of the blame to himself. Because he did step down from the Batman role. And again, so why did you step down if you wrote this fantastic script? There is so much things going on behind the scenes that we can't all point the same finger to. Henry Cavill to blame as well, because his managing team or himself is a bunch of greedy bastards. Right? He goes on these talk shows and he's talking about how much he would love for another Superman film, and he tweets, puts on these wee Instagram bits with him standing there smiling and with a toy statue of him saying, "Don't worry, I'm still there," and he's wearing a t-shirt saying Krypton. Alright, he's still Superman. Well, listen, why not ease the pressure? Phone your manager or whoever's dealing with your finances and get him to say that you will do Shazam for free. Have you not done any charitable work? Have you not done anything for charity? Have you not thought, I'll get my fan base even bigger by saying, I'll do this for free because Superman means a lot to me? Right? Would you do it? Would you do it? If you were an actor whose last film was like Mission Impossible 6 or Man from U.N.C.L.E., who's probably got another couple of films still coming out, okay? Who's got a TV series, Wichita, which he's probably signed on to because there isn't any sign of another Superman film. Even that said, not one for 5 years. So, ease up. Do all these wee cameo roles for what, like 20 minutes of your life? A day out of your life? To make sure that the public gets to know you as Superman and can't see anybody else. Do that for free. So, but for them two leaving, yeah, I mean that's we'll still carry on watching the films, but we will be sickened for many reasons. We'll be sickened by the DC. We never got the universe that we wanted. We never got the chance to see the vision that Zack Snyder wanted. We could have had both versions. We could have had the Zack Snyder version, and we could have had the Warner Brothers version of the universe. We could have had both of them. But instead, they decided to change constantly. They interfered. Everybody interfered in what was best for the public. And we, the public, the viewers, the fans, we're the ones that have been let down by everybody behind the scenes making an arse of it. And I'm talking about the actors as well. I'm talking about everyone involved. We've been the ones that the pains went to. I forget about Warner Brothers not making this money. Warner Brothers is a company that will make a film and make its money back. Don't worry about that. I mean, they've already got new team in place to totally concentrate on the Warner Brothers merchandise. Your merchandise would go through the roof if you started concentrating on your movies. We're in a bad state, and I believe in my lifetime we will not have the DCU universe that we could have had. All we've got in return is just movies that, we hope to be great, but it is sad. It is sad in my lifetime when I got myself so hyped up for these movies that it was going to happen when I was still alive and I'm going to see these films. But instead, I've spent the last 5-6 years trying to defend a universe that I shouldn't need to be defending. These are the Justice League. These are DC Comics, the best comics on the market. Run by Warner Brothers, who believed they brought out some of the greatest animated TV shows to date when it concerns superheroes. We were blown away by the idea that that Warner Brothers had a vision that directors should have the right of say and should be left alone. So these are all my points today, and these are the aftermath. Again, I say a lot of people enjoyed the Justice League. They enjoyed it, and they thought there was nothing wrong with that, and they feel like everybody's nitpicking, and maybe I'm to blame as well. Maybe we're all to blame, and we can't just simply enjoy the film. But then I ask, why did Justice League not do as well if there wasn't anything wrong with it? Or maybe did people give up because they didn't like the BVS or Man of Steel? But then again, the BVS is still getting talked about today. People are coming round. And it's a dilemma that even the Riddler couldn't solve. But again, us fans are in the dark, and we always will be. We're at the bottom of the scrap heap. And all we can do is just constantly fight them. Send letters to the studios. And hope one day that whoever is in charge of Warner Brothers will read these letters. We'll watch all these YouTube videos and get a feel of what's been said about them. If only we could, if only we can somehow influence the stock market and bring their shares crashing down, maybe then they'll start to listen. Well, maybe that's something for Mr. Mr. Perfect to work out, or Oracle from the, and get their computers to swing it our way. Who knows? But that's just my afterthought. And I'll catch you next time.